Welcome to Alert Line 24. Here's your sharpest briefing on global conflict. Today, the US strikes Iran's nuclear sites in a massive precision operation. Alright gang, we have a lot to unpack here. Yesterday, American B-2 Spirit stealth bombers, supported by Tomahawk cruise missiles, struck Iran's heavily fortified uranium facilities at Fort Onate, dubbed Operation Midnight Hammer. The mission used bunker buster bombs to penetrate deep underground. In all, 7 B-2s deployed 1,430,000 pounds GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator bombs. A submarine launched over 24 Tomahawks, and officials emphasized flawless execution. No Iranian interception, no warning. Total surprise maintained till the end. Now, video from the Pentagon, from the US. Defense officials shows a high-stealth multi-layered decoy and support operation. Fighter jets flying cover, tankers providing fuel and aircraft in the air. Electronic warfare jets flying ahead to suppress Iranian air defenses. It was quite the spectacle. In any case, US leaders are calling the strikes a spectacular success, claiming severe damage to centrifuge buildings and uranium stock at all three sites. Now Iran disputes the extent of the damage done, claims that the US did not inflict any damage, but there are some indications that Iran may be spinning. First, satellite imagery does indeed show large dramatic tunnel collapses at Fordo. Meanwhile, Iranian officials claim that all of their nuclear sites were operating normally just hours after the strike, and they went so far as to release footage showing workers on site. So that seems like an attempt to project business as usual, but it also risks broadcasting a false sense of security. Folks, let's talk risk. While these bunker-busting weapons can penetrate deep underground, the ability to completely destroy a site, especially one hardened as much as Iran's nuclear facilities are, well, that takes more than just munitions. There's a very real possibility that key equipment survived, including some of the advanced P-86, and we know that Iran has moved much of its enriched uranium prior to the strike. That's why we saw almost no video or photographic evidence released. Of course, Iranian officials claimed that no uranium was at those sites, but take that claim with a grain of salt. In any case, now that the dust is starting to settle, new details are emerging about the fallout. Reactions are ranging from cautious approval from Australia and Italy, urging diplomacy, to condemnations from Russia, China, and, of course, Iran. And as the world digests the implications, concerns are swirling around international legality. Specifically, whether the UN Security Council resolution authorizing strikes expired in 2023, Iran claims, or if it remains in effect as the US maintains. We'll keep you posted as this conflict develops. But make no mistake, the world is watching anxiously as Iran vows retaliation, threatening to close the Strait of Hormuz and lashing out with asymmetric or cyber operations. Now, experts are warning that this bold move could spark broader escalation, and honestly that's what we'll be tracking closely on Alert Line. Look, Iran's nuclear ambitions have been set back. That much is clear, but military know-how remains. And the question now is, will Tehran choose to retaliate? If so, how? The door to diplomacy, though slightly ajar, is opening. Only if Iran holds its fire can genuine talks aimed at de-escalation occur. This operation, while a show of US deterrence, could be a dangerous provocation, and the coming days will likely see heightened tensions. We're going to continue to monitor this situation closely. And again, when big news breaks like it did today, we drop everything to get you a same-day update right here on Alert Line. But we don't just stop at this update. We dive deep into military and technological developments in our daily briefings and weekly news shows. Plus, we keep tabs on global conflict hotspots, whether it's Ukraine, Taiwan, the South China Sea, or the Middle East. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below and stay tuned. You won't find a more concise, informative, or insightful defense and national security community anywhere else. And hey, thanks for tuning in to Alert Line. Stay safe.